Hey guys, it's Lauren LaRosa here for the latest with Lauren LaRosa. And if I'm bringing you the latest today after literally just walking out of the courtroom, hearing the testimony of Miss Capricorn Clark, a former personal assistant, what I can say to y'all is I don't think that the defense, Diddy's legal team, was ready for Capricorn Clark to be such an impactful witness the way that she was. In the beginning of her testimony, let's just say, first of all, coming here today, I thought that I was going to hear from multiple people. I thought that it was going to be Capricorn Clark. I thought that we were going to hear from the arson investigator. I thought that we were going to hear from another special agent as well too. But we spent all day hearing from Capricorn Clark, both on direct, so conversations with her and the government, and then on cross, and then they went back and forth. They ping-ponged back and forth between Diddy's legal team and the government. And in the beginning of it felt like you were listening to a movie, right? Like, she got into so many different things, so many things that we've heard so much about. She definitely filled in a lot of color and a lot of context, and honestly added more to the story. I think one of the biggest things for a lot of people was the Kid Cudi story. When Kid Cudi took the stand just last week, he talked about pulling up to his home after, getting an alleged phone call from Capricorn Clark that Diddy would be outside, or Diddy would be at his home when he arrived there, because Diddy allegedly had just found out that, what's happening? Oh, that's Diddy's mom leaving right now. And that's what you guys are hearing. And normally what happens is the reporters wait out here for people to leave, just so they can try to get questioned. But his family typically doesn't say much of anything, but his mom was in the courtroom today. But yeah, so Kid Cudi. So Kid Cudi, tells us this whole story last week about, hey, we allegedly got this phone call from Capricorn Clark. We is Kid Cudi and Cassie, and she's letting us know, she's on speakerphone, and she's letting us know that Diddy is allegedly outside of my house because he's upset, and he found out that me and Cassie are dating. Kid Cudi says, I was confused. I didn't even know she was still dealing with Diddy, allegedly. But Capricorn Clark gets on, and then Kid Cudi says, I go to my house because I'm calling Diddy now. He alleges he's calling him. He's like, yo, you're at my house, I'm on my way. And Diddy's like, okay, I'm gonna wait for you until you get here, right? Capricorn Clark tells a story completely different. She's like, yeah, I called Cassie after Diddy allegedly showed up to my house 5 o'clock in the morning with a gun, pissed off because he had found out about Kid Cudi and Cassie having, their whatever this thing was that they had. But she says when she called Cassie, when she was forced, she alleged she was forced to get in the car to go with Sean Combs, Diddy, and Rube, who was one of the security guards at the time, to Kid Cudi's home, right? She's like, I called Cassie because she's alleging, she's calling her like, wait, what is going on? And how does he know this? And at this point, she's concerned for herself because she's being made to get into a car. So she called Cassie to give her a heads up, allegedly, right? But to also let her know what was happening. She didn't even know. Capricorn Clark alleges she didn't even know that Kid Cudi was with Cassie at the time, nor could he hear her talking about this. She says that she says it to her. She alleges, I say, I'm in the car with them and they're making me go to Kid Cudi's house. They're going to kill him, allegedly, right? They had no idea if Kid Cudi was home or not. And that wasn't one of her concerns. Up until this point, we've heard this testimony from other people, and the story, in my opinion, sounded a lot like, Capricorn Clark's call was almost like a warning to both Cassie and Kid Cudi, allegedly. But now we're hearing that it was a warning to Cassie, but it was more so, hey, this is what's going on, and I'm very confused because how did he find out? We went and got you the burner phone. I told you how you should be moving in this situation because she alleges she had been, said, hey, this is not going to be safe. We need to move better out here. The way you moving right now, it's not going to work because you know how things can get, right? Now we're here the story today, and it's Kid Cudi kind of overhears this conversation and then leaves to go to his home. And when he leaves to go to his home, Capricorn Clark doesn't know what's about to happen. She has no idea. She alleges that when they pulled up to Kid Cudi's home, she didn't even know whether Kid Cudi was in the house or not. Her biggest thing was, let me call someone and let them know where I am and what is happening right now in case they do allegedly kill this man. Because no one knew where he was. And the person that she alleges that she called was Lauren London. Now, the defense did try to trick her up on that. Like, okay, did you call Lauren London? Allegedly, was Lauren London on three-way allegedly when this happened? Like, they tried to trick her up on that. But I'm trying to tell you guys, the defense was not successful today at poking holes. The holes that they poke were so minute compared to this woman on the stand breaking down talking about all of these, different alleged things that she had experienced, being allegedly kidnapped, her feeling like her life was on the line at one point. She alleged she was blackmailed and could not work after she left Diddy, to the point where she settled out with him. And a part of the settlement back in 2012, she alleges, was that neither would make disparaging comments about each other, but also he would write, or she wrote, and he would sign a recommendation letter so that she could then take it to other places to work. At each step, Capricorn Clark is really showing you how, or she's trying to show us, she's alleging what the power of, being on the wrong side of Sean Combs can be, allegedly, right? Because she's talking about not being able to work for years. She's talking about having to go back, allegedly. She's talking about having to go back and work for him. And people, I'm sure, are like, well, why would you go back? The defense is like, well, why would you go back? She made the picture very clear. I couldn't go anywhere and get a job. She alleges that she took a meeting with really big name. She took a meeting with Jimmy Iovine, allegedly, and that meeting ended in him giving her a warning. Leave this alone when it comes to Diddy. It's not going to end well for you. She alleges that she went to CAA and had a meeting there, and that, allegedly Andre Harwell, God bless the dead, and Diddy showed up to have a conversation with her about not pursuing the legal action that she says she was going to pursue. Over and over and over again, the defense is poking and poking and poking, trying to make her seem uncredible, because she kept coming back to endure more, right? But here's where they messed up. When the onion finally pulled back and Capricorn Clark really got into talking about, her alleged fear and her having to put on her big girl britches and just do what she needed to do, she broke down crying. And I'm like, man, this has been the most impactful testimony I've seen in all of my weeks here. Not only did she really make you understand why, right? Because I think in all of these situations, when it comes to Dawn Richard, when it comes to Cassie, every time people have an objection to what these people are saying on the stand, because they keep returning to this, alleged craziness that they're saying that Diddy spews out and working with him means, people are like, well, why would you? She broke down crying, and she talked about, at one point she literally said, my stakes are higher. My son is autistic. He's not audible. I lost her home, allegedly, her car, allegedly, all of her health benefits, allegedly, her ability to have money, her ability to make money, allegedly. She couldn't work anywhere, she says. She began being a consultant. She even claims that in 2016, she alleges she went back to work for Diddy in 2016, working with Cassie, just so people could see that she still had worth, because she had been blackballed, allegedly, right? When I tell y'all this testimony today is going to be hard for the defense to recover from, it is going to be hard. I want to give you guys a full breakdown of what the testimony was. Y'all know we do the separate videos and then your full breakdowns on Lauren LaRosa, on the latest with Lauren LaRosa, the podcast, and then on the Breakfast Club as well. So it'll be more to come, but I would love to hear what you guys have to think so far. I mean, even down to her painting a completely different picture of the Kid Cudi story. And again, it's up for debate, right? Because Kid Cudi says, hey, look, he alleges, I pulled up to my house. Diddy was not there. I called him, allegedly. He said, hey, I'm coming. And then Kid Cudi said, I had to stop and think about it because I don't know who he pulling up with, what's going on. Let me just call the police. Capricorn Clark says that there was low-key an alleged, mini chase of some sorts. They're in the car leaving the house. Kid Cudi pulls up. They hear the car. So when he pulls up next to them, they follow him, allegedly, right? And the only thing that made them stand down was they started hearing the police sirens. He also got away from them. He turned a block or something. They tried to trip her up on that as well. Like, oh, well, all these blocks, you can only go up, you can't go down. And they show her a map. She's like, she's not really familiar with the map, but then she gives you the route of where you can go to get to Mulholland and get to, all these other streets to get back down the way that the defense team was alleging that you couldn't, to the point where the defense backed off. They said, okay, forget the map. This was a bombshell testimony today. We're going to get into it more. I'm Lauren LaRosa. This is the latest with Lauren LaRosa here at the courthouse, completing, I think it's day 9 of the Diddy trial. There will be more, I promise.